All right. We got to 5-0 and found out a little more about our guys. Thought it was a good, mature win. Guys handled the business. A little bit different kind of a game because of the field position, some of the turnovers there that created short fields for our offense. Thought Mike did a lot of great things, and again had 3 touchdowns and added on to our we were 100% in the red zone scoring, 3 touchdowns. Got our first 5 drives. We scored on all 5 drives. A lot to learn from the ones that we had to settle for field goals. Great job by Tate Sandell with the 3 field goals in the first half. Really, man, he's been just been fantastic. I think he had the 4th longest field goal in stadium history. Again, 9 different guys caught balls, and we were over 50% on third downs. Great job by the offense. Did a great job on defense, just being disruptive. Again, playing really good in the run game and 5 sacks, 13 tackles for loss, under 20% on 3rd and 4th downs. Really good job there. Grayson Miller was great again. Had 2 inside the 10-yard line or 20-yard line and 1 at the 1. Got our first couple of turnovers, so we're on our way. -4 on the season, so that was great. Good defense there coming out, and Sategna did a great job. 97 punt return yards. I think that's the most that we've had as a punt return yards in a game since 2012. So fantastic job by Isaiah as well. Really liked being able to celebrate with the guys. You know, R. Mason Thomas has a career high six tackles, and some of the tackles for loss, sack, those kind of things. But just maturity, to show up and play to and compete to a standard, regardless of who we're playing or how the game's going. And I just really appreciate that about our guys. It certainly wasn't perfect. You want things to coach from off a tape, and but thought we did what we needed to do, handle business. Isaiah Sategna, again, the initial evaluation was good, promising, and I think the latest scans were good as well. But man, what a scary thing for him, and so hopefully he'll be okay long term here. But yeah, just overall, again, a really good day. As we know, there's been several people around the country kind of sleepwalk through those games, and you just have an appreciation for our guys, the strain, all the work that they put in here over the last week and a half to continue to build rhythm, develop confidence, improve, be relentless to improve in all the incremental ways that a season will bring. So going down to Dallas next week, second SEC game, and it's a big game like it always is. It has been for 100 years, and the emotion that goes into that game, the intensity and the environment. It's a great setting, one of the coolest environments you can have an opportunity to play and compete in. This year will be no different. Our guys are looking forward to that challenge and with the work and the preparation, that's got to go into another week, of and the challenges of what, sit in front of us with Texas. So something I know our guys will be looking forward to.
Brent, if you go to Dallas and Mateer can't play, how do you feel about Hawkins? Playing in that
yeah, I'm assuming he can't. Again, he had some experience playing in there last year, and really, the mindset is no different than it was going into today. Again, we need to play well in the areas that we are in control, taking care of the ball, making layups when they're there, not try to do too much. We've got to, again, sum of all of our parts as a football team to complement, one another. And but I feel great about Mike.
You think of your running game? Your running game tonight, Jay Knott in particular?
Yeah, it was good to see him get out there. Torrey had some really good, tough runs as well. Thought those guys, and also in conjunction with, the quarterback, some of the quarterback run game and the zone read and pulling it and that kind of thing. Witt and Mike both had a couple of really good runs. Thought those guys ran with good pace and strength, power, run through some trash and good acceleration, good instincts running the ball. So again, keep it all in perspective, but a good day. Rushed for just under 200 yards, and they have a loaded box. So, but we did what we needed to do, and there's some good things to teach from, off of tape.
How did you feel Mike controlled the offense, ran the offense today?
Yeah, it was good. Like I said, first 5 drives, scored all 5 drives. Again, 2 touchdowns, 3 field goals, and, anxious to look at the tape and see what you can learn from off of that tape to stay into rhythm, what happened, how those drives stall. Again, come out the second half, and I think maybe overall we scored another a couple times, there in the second half, not including the defense. And again, overall, did what we needed to do and made plays when we needed to. And again, there'll be plenty to learn from, first, start of the season and really extensive time. Anxious to get in the film room and see what we can learn.
Brent,
what did you think about
when Keontae went into the wall there? You ran over there pretty quickly. You don't always see a head coach do that. Was your level of concern as high as it's been for a guy, and were you able to talk to him when you were over there?
Yeah, he was alert. He was in some pain in his back, and I won't get into all the details, but yeah, he was going full speed and ran into the wall. So no, you dang right. I was very concerned, and I'm thankful, once I got over there, realized based on the questions he was answering was very coherent. And yeah, my head's fine, my legs are fine. Just, again, it's kind of like probably being in a car wreck, I would guess. I haven't seen the video of it, but, I was thankful because it appeared that all things considered, he was okay.
Brent, what did you think about Eli's performance today, getting back, and just how important was that for
I didn't see him be a victim of anything I didn't like. So, and I only say that because he didn't hit a whole lot of action, and there were some things to learn from. There was a 3 deep, and they ran a curl and an over route, and he's got to keep zoning it off, have big vision. So that was the one I'd say, hey, man, I'd give you a minus on this one. But overall, great to have him back out there. Great to have Giovanni back out there. And there was a heck of a lot more good than not because of that. And but he's been practicing very well, just like he has been. He's ultra consistent. He's detailed. He's ready. His readiness is as good as anybody in the locker room. And, good to have him back with that group of guys.
Brent, Texas gave up, I believe, 6 sacks tonight, even though Florida ranks, I believe, in the 130s in sacks per game. I'm just wondering, how confident are you ahead of facing this Texas offense?
Yeah, don't know anything about Texas right now. I know about our guys in the locker room. I'm excited to go down to Dallas with them, but, haven't spent, very much time at all on, the preparation and things like that. Every team in college football got problems. And, so whatever those are, I'm worried about what our problems are and where we need to get better.
When you have a guy like Jaden Knott who hasn't had the start of the season that he probably wanted here, what does it say about him to, I guess, stay invested and perform the way he did?
Yeah, and I say this to the guys all the time, doesn't matter what's taken place, good or bad, in the past, yesterday, literally just a few days ago. All that matters is what you do today and moving forward. So you gotta die to the good, you gotta die to the bad, and when you die, you win. You're getting better, and that needs to be the focus. Learn from the getting cut and, mistakes or bad moments, things of that nature. And maybe I haven't had my opportunity, whatever that is. Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody feels bad for you. All that matters is what you do now. It was good to see him out there and doing some things. And again, what we've said, answering some of the questions earlier this week, man, he's looked good over the bye week. And he's gotten to a nice rhythm. He's run with some power and some confidence, and it's taken him a little longer, but, man, it's right on time.
Brent, you moved back to SEC play. What kind of weapon is tape becoming for you guys? You talked about it being a one-possession league.
Yeah, tremendous. You need those guys to be able to perform, and be reliable and dependable. The teams that we're going to play, they're you're not going to score touchdowns all the time. So from a timeliness standpoint and a readiness standpoint and ability to execute, it makes a huge difference. We know that. And so, man, he's been great. And our punting game, our field goal overall in the season's been fantastic, and we're going to have to lean on that at times.
Brent, when you got here tonight, you said you found out a little bit more about your guys. What specifically do you think?
I think
you found out about them tonight?
Yeah, number one is just maturity. To again show up, play with passion, energy, intensity, detail, physicality. Be excited to play, celebrate the success. This is still a game of doing. This is a game of performance. This is a game of if we are who we say we are, then it's about standards and we play and compete and show up a certain way to this stadium. You don't play to an opponent, a scoreboard, a jersey, a time, a temperature. You show up and play and compete, to a performance. That's all anybody here wants to see. That's all any of us coaches, want to see. And you can't cheat this game. There's one way, the right way, the hard way. There aren't no shortcuts to how you win. And again, in winning, and again, we had a shutout, and there was nothing easy about it. There were some moments where it was easier, but there's nothing easy about winning and being successful. And when our guys grab onto that, I think that you can have a performance, like you had today. Has nothing to do with the opponents, just the cleanliness, the readiness, the detail, and again, we're going to get a lot more pushback. And we're going to have a lot more challenges. We know that, but it's all relative to the team that you're lining up against. And again, the things that I just talked about. The investment that it takes to win and be successful week in and week out.
What did you think of guys like Okoye and Marcus Strong that got a lot more snaps?
No, it was great. I noticed Danny. He did a great job early in the game. Got a sack. And he's got a big live body and super explosive and athletic, and he's becoming a really good player. So's Marcus, and we held a couple of guys, and so he and Grayson and David and Trent Wilson got in there and had more snaps. And that was great, as you try to continue to develop your team. I think that's a part of what you want to be able to do. 1 week to the next, it's going to pay, big dividends, down the road when you can play more guys. I think we played 75 guys. You always want to play more, but, that was really good. Just getting a little bit of playing time does a lot for the morale, and certainly, building the team and the depth is a great thing.
Is that what you dreamed when you got here, especially defense? You want that you could build a unit where you could feel comfortable playing that many guys on defense. I'm talking about in particular. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, I think you have to have some competitive depth. The game's too hard. There's too many challenges. Guys are not going to stay completely healthy. Most of them won't be completely healthy the whole year. And so you got to learn to be able to play at 75, 80, 85%. That's what really good players do. But at the end of the day, you only have so much tread on your tires. And so, and I don't know what the snap count was, probably not a whole lot, but it's great to be able to play more guys. It's going to pay big dividends, whether it's guys being a little healthier down the road or the experience and the trust and the confidence that everybody gains from being able to play.
Brent, how big was it to see Caden Helms get some action and get that?
Yeah, it's good. I think maybe a second career touchdown, and he's really been blocking well at the point of attack. He's very athletic. Obviously, he was in a cast there for a good while, but man, my favorite part of what I've seen him take a next step is his ability to go block and put his face on people and his hands on people.
Did you get any sense of relief getting that first turnover?
I mean, I wasn't anxious about that, I'll be honest. I mean, I know that they'll come. My excitement is more on the physicality to cause the fumble. Maybe they just fainted and dropped the ball too. So we won't apologize, I can promise you. And then really good execution on a zone blitz on the slant route by Jaden Hardy. Really, that's excellent execution, on their part. I think Kendall Dolby had a pressure. The quarterback just pulled it out of the belly. He saw the blitz and tried to poke it in there on the slant, and they had hit the slant, same formation earlier. We were in a different call, and it looks like the quarterback thought he was in a man call. We were in a cover 2 trap concept, so excellent execution. It's great.
You mentioned the shutout before, but when the defense came so close in those 2 games against Illinois State and Temple, how much should they just value preserving that shutout tonight?
Yeah, I think again, I want to promote the work the investment, the preparation, the detail, the passion, the energy that it takes to have the shutout's a byproduct of those things. And so my job is to continue to create buy-in by our guys just every single week, just affirmation, you did well. And so why'd you do well? Because you're talented, because, you're popular? No. Because it's Oklahoma and it's versus Kent State? No, it has nothing. There's plenty of teams that look like crap because they don't show up with an edge, with passion, with energy. They're playing to a scoreboard or an opponent. And so what I like the most is just the validation of the work and the preparation. This is a game that'll love you back when you love it and do the things that it requires.
Brent, that Kentis-Lewis collision, that was just such a high-speed collision. Would you advocate for any sort of padding on those end zone walls to maybe reduce the impact there in the future?
Yeah, we're evaluating all options when it comes to, the safety of our players. Make things safer without question.
Brent, how did it feel to get Giovanni some game time today?
Oh, it was great. No, it was good. To see his smile, you found yourself just cheesing, seeing him out there having fun, seeing his teammates celebrate him as well. But that was proud of him, really proud of him.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
All right. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good night.